Hey, what's going on to y'all, you guys out there? This is Kenneth Bird from Digital and Crystal Screen Paint. And besides making HD screen paint, one of the things I do love to do more than anything in the world is gaming. I love gaming. I've been gaming since Vector Graphics and Pong, and that's a long freaking time. So trust me when I tell you that I'm not all one-sided. I'm not strictly all PC Master Race, well I am now, but I was a console gamer way before a lot of you guys were ever born. So let me explain to you about how you guys are getting robbed from console. I like to call you guys console sheep. I mean, I was one myself. Anything new that comes out on console, you guys run to it, and automatically you complain about it later. So, the new Xbox One came out with a white Xbox. I mean, Xbox One or whatever it is. It came out with a white Xbox. So, I'm curious, what is the difference between the white Xbox and the black Xbox besides the 1 terabyte of hard drive space? And the other part that hurts the most, and oh, this is going to hurt, trust me. Those of you who went out and spent $500 plus tax for original Xbox, well, I guess the Xbox One that's black, that's what it would be now. God, this is confusing. When you went out and bought that system, you paid $500 and you got a 500 gig hard drive. Now the Xbox is coming out with a white console with 1 terabyte with $400. Let you think about that for a minute. That has got to really sting. Now, unless you're a tech head and you know how to basically swap out your hard drive for 1 terabyte, this won't bother some of you. But some of you basically who are not basically technical, I don't know, just don't have technical skills on basically how to actually go into your box and change it out. You're gonna have no choice but to go out and spend the money for that 1 terabyte on that new Xbox, the white one. And I'll tell you why. Because, I mean, basically, your games, let's say they take 20 gigs apiece, and you have to install the entire game onto the hard drive before you can actually play it, which means you're going to eat through a ton of freaking hard drive space, especially if you got games, let's say, at 20 gigs apiece. Yeah, that's going to eat a lot of your freaking memory extremely fast. So, you got a choice. You can either erase, and rewrite. I don't know how you would go about doing it, to tell you the truth. Alright, so, let's get off that rant for a minute, alright? One of the other things too I find kind of funny is the fact that when the Xbox 360 launched, basically it came out in white. Anybody remember that? And then they came out with other consoles like the all-black Xbox 360 Elite, which came with 120 gig hard drive. Personally, I thought it was the exact same system. The only difference is the fact that it was sporting a 120 gig hard drive besides the 20 or the 60 gig hard drive that came with the original system. So, here's the thing. You're repeating the exact same thing all over again. So you go out and you buy the white Xbox. It's the exact same Xbox. It's still 900p at 30 frames per second or 720p at 30 frames per second. There's no difference in any of the hardware, the RAM, or anything in it, the chipset, video card. There's no difference in the system. You're just getting a basically white system with a larger hard drive. So bottom line is you're just repeating the exact same nonsense you did with the Xbox 360. And everybody's getting all hyped, like, oh my god, 1 terabyte of hard drive space, wow! As a joke to PC gamers. As a joke. So anyway, I don't see the difference between 1 terabyte and 500 because the 500 gigs on your system, and bottom line, if you're using probably about 20 gigs, and just say less 20 gigs on your per game that has to be installed. And I say somewhere between 27 or maybe 30 games just to be nice there. Would basically eat up a 500 gig hard drive, so a terabyte would probably do about 60 games at the most. That's still not a lot of hard drive space when you think about it. Alright, so I'm just putting that out there. I mean, please, I mean, prove me wrong. Please tell me that there's a difference besides the hard drive on the Xbox White and the Xbox Black. There's a difference, because I'm going to tell you something. It's the exact same thing with the Xbox 360 Arcade, which came with, I think, no hard drive. No, that one came with no hard drive. The Xbox 60 Pro came with a 20 gig hard drive. And the Xbox 60 Elite that came with a 120 gig hard drive. There was no difference in the system. They said the word, but it was no difference. Trust me, I modded a few of those systems and there was no difference in it. So, the bottom line is you guys are getting all excited over a console that's been repainted and sporting a new piece of hardware. Other than that, it still has all the trashy fails that it came with at launch. So that's the bottom line is I'm sick and tired of you console gamers coming through saying PC gamers waste so much money on hardware, unnecessary hardware, when you guys got to turn around and buy a brand new box, because if you don't have the skills to upgrade your hardware, you'll have no choice but to buy the 1 terabyte. Well, that's basically about it. Oh, and one other thing too. Weren't these systems supposed to be 10 years in advance? Like you wouldn't have to get another one in 10 years or something like that? I'm pretty sure I heard something about that. Oh well, enjoy your console world. Alright, I'm done.